everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video on my top recommendations for lemon perfumes. It's been a while since I have done a video on lemon perfumes and some things have been discontinued, new ones have arrived, so I thought it was time to do a new video. If you're new here, then hello, welcome. I'm all about perfumes. I have hundreds of videos like this on different perfume notes, new releases, whole ranges, so do check them out. And if you're a regular, make sure you're subscribed and give the video a thumbs up, that really helps me. And of course, you can check out my fragrances, Empress, Aphrodite, and my super concentrated soy wax candles, all available with worldwide shipping on my website, SokiLondon.com. And I will leave the links in the description box where you can buy all the perfumes I talk about around the world, where they're available, in the description box as well. So for me, when it comes to lemon perfumes, there are kind of two types of lemon perfumes in my mind. So you have your very fresh, sharp, lemony perfume that sometimes has some green notes in there as well. Very unisex, very fresh, very much like summertime. And then you have a sweet lemon perfume where it's been combined with a sugary note, a vanilla note, and that's something which seems to be sort of becoming more popular in the past year or so. So I'm going to take you through my recommendations for both. So let's start off with those sweet perfumes. So my first one is a new release from Dolce & Gabbana, and it is their new Devotion perfume. This has Katy Perry as the face of the fragrance. And this combines citrus notes like candied citrus, candied lemon, with a sweet vanilla undertone. In the summer, I was wearing this quite a lot. It's like half empty now. It has a really interesting presence in that it has that freshness, but it also has that sweetness and gourmand feeling underneath. And my favorite like gelato to get in the summer is like an orange gelato, and it really reminds me of that. And you can sort of wear it in the evenings in the summer because it's still got that depth from the sweetness, but you still have the freshness of the lemon notes. I think this has been pretty successful since it came out, and I'm sure it will be followed by an intense version or a eau de toilette version, so I'm eager to see what that will look like. And of course, Dolce & Gabbana, inspired by, originated in Sicily, which is where my partner's from, and I've been a few times, and I actually wore this last time we went to Sicily as well. I was so pleasantly surprised when I first sprayed this, I had to buy it straight away. By the way, this and most of the perfumes I'll talk about will be available at Look Fantastic, where you can get them with between 20 and 25% off with my code LFTF Soki. So this perfume is created by master perfumer Oliver Kress, and he is someone who has created so many of my perfumes that I love and that I've had over the years. He's one of the biggest perfumers in the world. I think he's created over 300 different fragrances. He works for Firmenich, which is a perfume house that a company will hire a perfumer from there to create the formula, to create the scent for their perfume. If you're interested in perfumers, I can happily do a video series on like the master perfumers and the favorite famous perfumes they've created. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. So he actually has his own brand as well called Acro, and within the Acro brand he has this perfume called Bake. This is the bestseller, most popular from the brand, and it smells just like Dolce & Gabbana Devotion, so it's definitely no coincidence that it's created by the same person. Again, it's lemon with those vanilla-y sweet undertones. Both fragrances have a little hint of rum in them, though it's not particularly noticeable. And I would say the only real difference is that when you first spray Acro Baked, you do get quite a lemon, fresh lemon, like a lemon meringue. When you first spray Devotion, there is slightly deeper lemon and almost a bit of like an orange as well, but they are 90% very, very similar. I know that this one is been winning a lot of awards in the niche perfume category, and Devotion has been very successful as well. These both came out in the past few years. Devotion was last year, and it's definitely a bit of a trend, this sweet, like gourmand lemon. It is like a lemon meringue cake. They're both eau de parfums. I think the Acco one is probably a little bit stronger, a little bit better for lasting, but overall they're very, very similar. So these are definitely my top recommendations for a sweet lemon perfume. Cool. So if we go to then like the very fresh, almost like sharp lemon perfumes, I think a sort of original one that I often think of lemon is the L'Occitane Verbena range of fragrances. The Verbena Eau de Toilette is just a super sharp, fresh, almost like a grapefruit lemon, like so sharp, perfect for really hot weather. And all the body products as well, like I use the Verbena shower gel in the summer and it's just super refreshing. So definitely recommend that if you live somewhere that has very hot weather. Maison Margiela in their replica range, this is their sample set. They have one called Under the Lemon Tree. Now this one has a little bit of a green note in there with the lemon. So you get a little bit of an aromatic, like green, like basil-y undertone. But it's very clean, very wearable. I think this is an eau de toilette. Yeah, it is. So it's definitely quite light, but it doesn't have the sharpness of the L'Occitane one. If you don't like that zesty sharpness and you want something a little bit more just softer lemon, then this is a nice option. And one that I actually recently discovered from Sentier Fragrances, they have one called Path of Lemons. And again, this has that sort of green tone to it. Very similar to the replica one, though this one is an eau de parfum, so it will last a little bit longer. Most of these fresh, light lemon perfumes, though, you are going to want to reapply them. I think lemon, just by its nature, is not a heavy scent. So it's not good. They're never going to be those perfumes that last like all day. But yeah, I think if you like the Under the Lemon Tree and you want something a little bit stronger, I definitely recommend this one. I have a code for Sentier Fragrances actually that you can get 25% off. Just use code SOPHIE25. Another very light one, which I really love, but I've never bought it because it is so expensive, is from Acqua di Parma, and it's their Bergamotto di Calabria. So they have this range of perfumes inspired by like there's different places in Italy. In the summer they come in these really beautiful blue bottles, and this one inspired by the lemon trees of Calabria. It's really fresh and zesty, but it is an eau de toilette and it just doesn't last on me at all, but I do love the smell of it. And again, they have a whole range of body products that go with it. I wish they'd re-release these as eau de parfums because I love the orange one, Arancia, as well, but I think nowadays they're around £100 maybe, and I haven't been able to spend that money on something that I know will only last like less than an hour. But it is a really beautiful scent. The mainstream designer one is Versace's Dylan Turquoise. This is a very everyday wearable lemon scent. Along with the lemon, they have a guava note in here, so it does feel quite tropical, quite summery, and there's a little bit of a fruitiness that comes from a cassis note, a blackcurrant, and an orange, but the main note is definitely lemon. It's fresh, light. It is an eau de parfum, but I find it performs like an eau de toilette. It's definitely the weakest out of the Versace Dylan range, but it is probably a little bit more affordable than some of the other ones in this list. From Guerlain in their Aqua Allegoria range, where they have this beautiful range of perfumes, each sort of inspired by different like fruits and nature. Their Coconut Fizz inspired my Aphrodite perfume. They have one called Bergamot Calabria, similar to Acqua di Parma. And this one is very unisex with the lemon because it then has a cardamom and a ginger. So this one has a slightly sharp, spicy undertone to it, which makes it a little bit different from the others in this range. Ginger is such a refreshing perfume note, and this is an eau de toilette though. They have been re-releasing a lot of this range in eau de parfum versions, so maybe they'll do it for this one. But if you do like that sort of cardamom, that's like slightly spicy, fresh, cardamon's used in a lot of male fragrances, then this one might be a good option for you. And then two relatively affordable ones from Armani, the Acqua di Gioia perfume. This fragrance is lemon and mint, so it has those green undertones. It's very calming, refreshing, clean, very clean feeling. It doesn't have great lasting power. Again, I recommend it for the summer. Similarly, Dolce & Gabbana's Light Blue has a very oceanic, clean, fresh feeling to it with a lemon and apple note, which is super fresh. but again, it's an eau de toilette and doesn't last that well. And it looks like the intense version that they made, which was an eau de parfum, has been discontinued. So I always used to recommend light blue intense, but it looks like it's gone. If I can still find it online, I'll leave the links down below. And then lastly, a blast from the past, which you might be able to still get your hands on, is Moschino's Cheap and Chic. This one is lemon with some pretty like fresh lotus, floral undertones. The Cheap and Chic perfumes were so fun. Moschino perfumes are always really fun. And this one was no exception. Very light eau de toilette, but just a fun lemon perfume with a very quirky fun bottle. Cool, so those are my lemon recommendations. I'll leave the links where you can get them all below along with discount codes. Let me know what else you would add to this list, and let me know if you'd like to see me create a lemon perfume in my range in the future. Would you want it to be like a fresh lemon or a sweeter lemon? Let me know your thoughts down below. But that's it, guys. So thanks so much for watching as always, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.